What are the common mistakes candidates do during
During the hiring, yeah. So I want a person who will close that demand for me.
Fake it till you make it.
You just have to be interested in the company.
What about CV? No experience at all.
Just no experience at all, right? How to build your CV because you don't have job experience. Our job is to increase the probability to get hired.
You take the responsibility for what you do. Maybe that's important to consistently post on LinkedIn. There is a certain language.
Okay.
There is a certain language in LinkedIn.
Cringe, let's say. How to maintain relationship with the manager?
Definitely, you will find the solution for that. If you don't raise your question, they might not be aware of that, right?
You gotta do this, at 6 o'clock every day.
Yeah, it's getting wild.
And small steps, just in combination, it will bring you the result. Right? Success is unique. Mistakes are common, right?
Did we start basically?
Yes, we started.
So yeah, hello everybody. It's a New Day podcast, second episode. Today we are having our friend Nurlybek. It's a podcast about innovative people, creative people, purpose-driven people, and we want to go into their career stories, how they get into their fields and becoming the expert in the people in Europe and beyond. Welcome, Nurlybek. By the way, mentioning about Nurlybek, having completed masters at Abu Dhabi University, he started working as web developer, then as cloud engineer, now becoming both front and back end developer. He is continuing his journey in career, and I hope this episode will be very beneficial for early starters, early students who are seeking for jobs in IT, and generally the people who wants to know about how to get into not job, but generally how it is like to work in corporate Budapest in IT. Yeah, let's say.
Yeah, guys. Thank you for joining us today. We have a very special occasion today because one of our dearest friends, he came to our studio and is going to share some great insights with you guys, and gonna have hopefully very productive conversation, which you can find in the time codes. You can find what exactly the things you need, CV, cover letter, interview. We're gonna go through all of the main points that people are struggling with. So this is going to be the thing that the first thing what you when gonna think about, or what do I need, you're gonna go to our podcast, hopefully. Okay. All right. So my name is Diaz. Hi guys. And welcome our guest Nurlybek. Round of applause.
Hey guys, hey gents. Appreciate Bibars, Diaz. Thanks for having me here. That's a big honor to sit here with you guys.
It's an honor to sit with you.
Yeah, thank you very much. Well, hi guys. I'm Nurlybek. I'm from Kazakhstan. Since 2017, I'm in Hungary, living in Hungary. Come to Hungary to pursue my master's degree. Successfully graduated in 2020 in mechatronics engineering. More to come soon.
In Obuda University.
Yeah, in Obuda.
Shout out to Obuda University.
Yeah.
the best university in Budapest.
Yeah, hopefully.
The best work-life balance university.
I believe so. Yeah, work-life balance.
Is there any work-life universities? I thought it's only companies. No?
Yeah.
Work-life.
You studied through
life.
Stipendium Hungaricum, right?
Yeah,
Right. That's a great opportunity for a lot of people here.
Yep.
Great.
Let's just mention about Stipendium Hungaricum, because I don't know if people they know about it. Basically this is Stipendium Hungaricum is basically the scholarship that we are all studying.
Most of the people
are studying because it provides basically the healthcare
tuition fee.
The tuition fee is almost free of charge basically. Then it provides the healthcare, then the monthly allowance for housing if you are not living in a dormitory, and
the monthly allowance itself. There are two allowances: the first for your home to cover the rent, the second for your basic needs. But if you decide to live in dormitory, they just give you one room or as a bed, let's say, with your roommates, but you will have your monthly allowance.
That's good.
Of course, there are a lot of questions about that, but generally, it's very huge opportunity for a lot of people in the world to come to Hungary, to Europe, to study, to explore the world, explore themselves, and start their career. Yeah.
Yeah. So Noor, can you just walk us through your journey? You studied, as you mentioned, you studied in mechatronics engineering, but you ended up in IT field. So can you just mention what sparked your interest in?
Yeah, sure. So if we start from the beginning, how basically I started this journey from the beginning. So I studied in automation and control. I studied automation and control for my bachelor's in Pavlodar, my hometown in Kazakhstan. And after that, I heard about this opportunity from my thesis supervisor, actually, the senior student in that faculty. He got a scholarship here, so my supervisor mentioned that okay, there is a guy who got accepted, and then he moved to masters in Hungary. So I just also got interested. And then I started gathering documents and so on. So, yeah, I actually started in Dunajváros University as a mechanical engineering.
It's near Budapest, right? It's
Yeah. There is south a bit,
like 60
south
kilometers.
about 80 kilometers, around 60, 80. And then I actually transferred after first semester. So before coming to Dunajváros, I already made sure that whether there is a possibility to transfer. To transfer. And then they told me, that's possible, because since mechanical engineering is also engineering, but it's not that close to my bachelor's, so which I did in automation and control. So I actually, before coming to Hungary, I already knew that I will transfer to Budapest, because first, one of the reasons, there were two reasons basically. Reason one is moving to Budapest, so which is the bigger city and more opportunities. And the second one is to move to the major which is closer to my bachelor's, because I graduated automation and control, as I mentioned before, and then mechatronical engineering is kind of similar to that. And then I moved after first semester, and then I studied there 2 years, and then I graduated in 2020, right before the pandemic. Yeah.
Right before the pandemic.
Yeah.
So you were one of the lucky ones.
We had graduation ceremony actually, and then that was around January or February. So
because I graduated during the COVID and I didn't have graduation ceremony.
Because there were some guys who graduated, but they did not have graduation ceremony. So luckily, I had it. Yeah.
Alrighty, so you study in Obuda, you study mechatronics engineering.
Yeah.
And how did you start your application process to the internships and the discovering corporate Budapest? How did you start this?
That's also kind of pretty interesting journey, because I was studying mechatronics engineering, and then you might think that how this guy moved to mechatronics engineering to IT, right? So in mechatronics engineering and automation and control, so basically we do program, but we program microcontrollers, so Arduino, Raspberry Pi, and so on. So that's called low-level programming. So, and also we were using MATLAB, and then you have to have some programming skills, because you do some simulations and so on. This you apply some programming in your field, so in your mechatronics engineering scope, right? So actually I was familiar with programming a bit, so but it's as I mentioned, this low level programming called, so this different, so it's an embedded programmer, let's say. and I was looking for some job opportunities like part-time internship and so on. I was applying to companies, but I had two obstacles. One is the main reason is like lack of Hungarian knowledge. So I was studying in English, and I was not speaking like kind of professional Hungarian to be able to work to the engineering companies, right? Like to factories or whatever, like R&D departments and so on.
Yeah.
Of course, there are some companies like in my major. So, but I was going to interviews, but I was not successful in that. I was not succeeding to the second one. So that's the second reason. And then since like I started noticing that I was living in dorm, and then some guys are getting accepted to IT related fields, and also again two more reasons. So first is started noticing that IT field is like kind of broader, and then more people are getting accepted. And then if we look from the job market perspective, there were more opportunities, right? The second, while I was searching a job or internship, so you just have some familiarity with some frameworks, because like okay, you might know like C and then C++ and then some hardware related stuff, but there were some positions that require more IT stuff, but you have like kind of a bit some part of the requirements, right? And then to fulfill those requirements, I started learning like kind of just to have like some familiarity basically. When just like when you go to interview, just be able to speak something right about that technologies, about that field. So and so on. I started like coming to that point that I have to study some programming, high level programming, because there were some more opportunities. And then I just and also my roommate, my good friend, he was studying computer science, and then he was also doing programming stuff. And then since we were together, and then I just also I got interested in programming, and so that's how I started. And then started applying to IT related jobs and internships, and then also not succeeding, and finally I could succeed for ExxonMobil, my current employer. And
And what was the position you started in?
Actually, that's pretty interesting one. So, first interview, that was like totally different position. I mean, that's internship, but it's like kind of a bit different scope and then different team. And I failed. And I don't know when it was, but like usually I think at least 6 months before the successful interview at ExxonMobil.
Yeah, because you have a freeze, right?
Usually you have freeze like in that time. So I mean that was the like kind of system built that way. And from the second I succeeded, and then I got accepted like as web developer intern.
All right.
I mean, did you have interview? How many interviews did you have? I mean, was it successful? How did you get into it?
And that was like kind of in that time I had 2 interviews. I think just one of them is like kind of pre-assessment, let's say, right? I think that was the pre-assessment one, and then second is like kind of real interview, technical behavioral. It was like more behavioral one, as I noticed, because just we were talking about how like generally behave, and then some, of course, we touched the technical part. So that was like combined. So I had one interview, and then in the end, so I got accepted. Yeah.
Great. Since you're working in energy industry, and generally every company in the world is hiring software engineers, and as we all know, they pay well. Why is that?
So since just like in my opinion, so there are cycles of like development, right? So before we were having like kind of stone made equipments, right? And then like humans, and then like metal and so on, like the whole industrialization, and we have now digital, right? So everything is getting digital. So like in the future maybe AI and machine learning stuff.
Not maybe, but it's definitely
yeah. So definitely we'll be having that. So I think we are just on trend. So since IT is on trend, and then and also IT is not only taught in computer science related fields, also the other fields, like for example electrical engineering, some other engineering parts, and also
Finance
business,
well.
finance, of course. That now you should know programming also, and then there are more fields that, and also the programs at the universities that they are introducing programming. So programming related, maybe not like kind of pure programming, but also some touch.
The way of thinking.
Yeah. Of course, you should already know how to apply IT in your job. So it's like IT is getting everywhere. So we are on trends, and that's why I think it's we're well paid, I think.
That's
Not us, or maybe like generally saying the IT folks, right?
But today we can definitely say you're a human software engineer.
Yes. For now we are still human. Yeah, the job is done by human.
But recently, 1 week ago, there is a startup which just invented. Devin. It's a online software. I mean, AI software engineer. You just type, and it works as chatbot. You write, for example, create me a website, and this Devin creates said websites.
But I guess it works like in the way that it's like systematically improves its own code. So it's like it's built in the same way that's like has a goal, and it will continue the cycle until the goal is done. But I mean, like it's very early to say if it's like a hype thing or if it's like a truly revolutionary things. But anyway, one of the things I really wanted to ask you is that how many years you've been working in the IT field, right? Let's say this.
So this year will be 5 years. This is my 5th year.
All right.
Working in IT field, basically.
Well,
does it differ? Like, do you feel more confident in like what do you do right now, and like what does your day-to-day looks like right now?
Yeah, of course that when time passes, you get more experience, and then get more confident, of course. Day to day. So just development, and then having some meetings. And,
Meetings.
Meetings, and
maybe you can just
coffee
give
breaks,
a
and then
general
and so on.
thing, like what do you do like in your position, and what is like, because full stack development is like it's very broad thing. Maybe like just because as we know, it's a cloud engineering as well, right? Maybe you can just give a little overview. What is the cloud engineering as well?
So generally saying full stack development is like, also as you mentioned, it's a broad term, right?
Yep.
So it's involving front end, back end testing, and DevOps, cloud computing, and so on, right? If we talk about our team, so just we have like some developers, and then some guys are focusing in some fields, like 3-4 fields. Some folks are focused in other 3-4 fields, right? So of course we have also experts too. So personally myself, I prefer I like cloud computing stuff. So like this is like kind of my lovely part of work, right? So as you mentioned, so front end, back end testing part also is part of our team's responsibility. And
okay, what frameworks and languages you use?
So we are using Angular and .NET, and and Microsoft Azure.
Azure.
But what is it like? Just I was like very curious because I was researching the cloud today, cloud engineering, cloud development. Like, what is the difference between like using Microsoft Azure or like Amazon Web Services or like Google Cloud? There are like key differences, or it's just the choice of the company just to use this one?
Yeah, of course there are some differences that yeah, those are platforms, cloud providers, basically. There are some differences, of course, that availability-wise, the responsiveness, the quickness, and so on. So, yeah, that's your preference, right? How do you choose? And because one cloud provider might be better than another one, so you just have to prioritize which services you want to use specifically, and then you should measure. Yeah.
All right.
Those are, of course, good provider, and then they are big companies, and then they are doing quality work, of course.
We both know that we going to LinkedIn. We both know there was an event in September. It was organized by Budapest Connect, and you was one of the speakers talking about hiring process. And since in LinkedIn, again, we both know that you were somehow involved in hiring. And there is a saying that success is unique for every person, but the mistakes are common.
Yeah.
So, from your point of view, what are the common mistakes candidates do during the
hiring? Yeah, of course, you're right. The success is unique, and mistakes are common. So, of course, if we divide the generally interview process, so just from my experience, which I am faced on hiring process, so if we divide the bisections, we have to divide. So first is first initial contact, right? First initial contact, and then the meeting with the interviewer, and then beginning of the interview, during the interview, end of the interview, and after interview, right? So there are some kind of just divide, to be more clear, right?
Pretty huge journey, yeah.
Yeah, if we start from initial contact, so you should contact more official way. So if you put some email or just cover letter and so on, so you should be professional, right? You should behave. You should be writing good summary and then good email. You should follow the structure. You can easily learn that. And polite and so on, that's part one. And then meeting with the interviewer, just your dress is also important.
Yeah, it's better.
How do you greet, and then your body language, and how do you talk with the person? At the beginning you start talking about abstract themes, and just maybe about the office and interior, or I don't know, about weather and whatever icebreaker stuff, right?
Just to make sure you're on the same line.
Yeah, right? Of course, that's the moment you just have to contact and build some contact with the person, right? And then and also good part to mention where to set the interview time. It's also important. So if we just divide Monday to Friday, so in my perspective, Monday and Friday are not good days to put in interview, because as a human being, you just on Monday after weekend, the person is rolling into the work, into the job, right? And then so if I'm hiring for my company, and then I'm an owner of a company, and then I want to, or just I have an employee who is responsible for hiring, and then the person is rolling into the work, and then on Friday is also the person is going is looking forward to weekend, and then this is kind of just psychology, right? And then just Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, right? Those are good times, and maybe Thursday it's also so, and maybe Tuesday also. The best, I think, is Wednesday. And also, if we talk about the timing inside of Tuesday and Wednesday or Thursday, early in the morning is also not good. So, for example, just imagine I'm coming to work I'm a hiring HR manager, so I did not have my coffee, right? I want to have my coffee first as a human
Usually,
being. Yeah, usually. Just I want to chit chat with my colleagues and so on. So yeah, early morning is not good. So because I might be like on the during the traffic, I got stressed.
Most likely, the mood wouldn't be proper to have
Yeah. Maybe like just maybe some during driving to work, and then you had some issue, and you just screwed your mood, right? And before lunch, also so you have time 9 to 11, right? So like it's better to have 10 to 11. And why not after 11? Because of lunchtime, right?
Yeah.
And also again afternoon. So afternoon, it's better to start to have interview between 2 and 3, because like after lunch maybe also another coffee break and so on, and after 4, after 3 maybe it's person like leaving earlier and just have some work, and then need to go home or just pick up kid and so on,
A
or
lot of
just
situations.
some. Yeah, those are like kind of small tips, but it might not be like kind of too much affecting that, but I think it's like kind of increasing your probability. It's just like our job is to increase the probability to
We
get
don't
got hired, right? To get hired.
Sure.
So those are small tips, right? And that's about the setting the time, and then we talked about the greeting, and then going to
The interview
going to
itself.
the interview. Yes, and then during the interview, hiring manager introduces himself, herself, and then now it's your time, right? You need to introduce yourself. That's also important part, right? Of course, you tell your name and then your background and so on. What are you doing? And then you studying this and that. And your speech, actually, what are you saying? It should be about the job, actually. So basically, you have like job description. So there is a responsibilities, and then the tech stack required, and then the skills required. So you should mention, and that you're talking, and your speech should be about the job.
Yeah.
Because if I'm a company owner, I want to hire you. I'm looking for someone to close that gap. Because I need some I don't know, software developer, I don't know, business analyst or whoever. So I want a person who will close that demand for me. So that's why you need to talk about the job itself, and then describe your projects, and then your generally what are you doing, and then all the coding stuff. You should discuss, and then talk about, and then you should bind your experience to the job.
Yeah.
Basically.
Within that
Within that framework. So you need to sell yourself, basically. You just you are kind of making agreement. You're making agreement, right? You're providing service to the company, and then the company uses your service. So it's like kind of mutual agreement, right? So you need to agree on something with the company, right? With your employer, and then that's the part. And also it's during the interview, again, so you need to talk about the you get asked some questions, technical questions and so on. So of course you need to talk about within that framework again. And in the end, you have a chance to talk and ask your questions about the company. And then also you should be proactive in that part. Also, you should be interested in. It's not like about faking, because since you're applying, you get interested in that position, right? So you just need to show your intention, and then you just have to show your willingness about you're interested in, and also you should study about the company, what about the recent news. Maybe there were some acquisitions, maybe there were some kind of deals, maybe there were some mergings and so on, or just something happened. Maybe this is also kind of shows that you studied, and that you care about the future employer, right? This is like kind of tiny
aspects,
aspects, just as more you grow, you gather some small small resources, like some small pluses, like let's say, the more chance you get hired, right? So and also after the interview, you have a chance, like to appreciate the person for the interview, or just like if you have left some questions about the interview, or I don't know about the company, or just you need share also. Yeah, that's also important.
What kind of questions it would be proper to ask from the hiring guys? Like, it's a tricky one because it's obvious that you will be questioned, but if they ask, do you have any question? What questions you would ask, for example, in your case?
That's you should ask. You might ask about the how generally the team works, and then how is the daily routine, like look like day-to-day task, and then how the team is structured, and then how is the company culture, and then what do you do, about the event or about the strategy. About the company strategy, it's also important. And yes, that kind of question, because it's just you just have to be interested in the company, because once since you're interested in, you find the question, because it's not like kinda.
You have to be interested in, or you have to show that you are interested in.
No, I mean, of course, that faking is not good. Of course, that otherwise you might fake, like at the beginning, like just for 1 hour, but later on you're going to face that. Of course, that it will be. It will come up soon. So of course that. That's why, when you're applying to jobs, so you should be also confident that you want to be in that job, because not just applying and then okay, maybe I will succeed or not, because since you're faking and then talking real is two different stuff, right? So you might fake once, two, three, but you will end up with nothing, right? So it's better to talk in real way. So maybe you did not like something, and it's also good. This also shows you something, right? Maybe you might say that don't be stressed, or just don't be
too close, right?
Yeah, don't be close, and then just be try to be open, and maybe if you are
negatively
interested, or
unhealthy shyness.
Just if you are interested in, it's better to ask, and then
I guess it's
openness,
it comes down to the idea of fake it till you make it. Basically, you have to be. I mean, I love confident guys. I mean, I think that confidence, it's a good thing. Even if you don't know the things, I guess it's better to be somehow confident that you kind of know things. In my case, it was like this. I just try to be to play cool.
Confidence. This is important. So it's just confidence is coming when you are not stressed. So of course that's this is also pre-work. I should also prepare for the interview, because as a human being, of course, we are all stressed, maybe. So we are just kind of
most likely
a bit worried, and then have some wet hands and so on. So it is totally fine. So, and also the hiring manager is also understanding that this is also cool. Yeah, it's totally fine. And
thank you, Nurlybek. Heading to another big aspect of the hiring. What about CV? What is the most important things to consider on building your CV? And what do you think about that?
So just in different regions, it might be different. So
regions, you mean in the world?
Yeah, in the world, because some countries, they have some such kind of standards, it should follow this and the specific standards, right? Just in my case, I would say no need photos, right?
No need photos, for sure.
Let's start from that, right? So no need photos. So because it might build some bias, right?
You mean
because
photos, portraits?
Picture, your image on CV, because it might build some bias, right?
Oh yeah.
For example, let's imagine a case just it might not be 100% working every time, because like okay, let's say I'm driving to somewhere, right, and then like I screwed up, and then just maybe some, and during traffic I had some accident and so on, and then there might be some like the person was from the particular part of world, or I don't know, from
Well, a
some
police
from
officer, you know.
yeah, or police officer or something, and then like maybe you start like maybe there were some like specific person from that country,
Oh,
and then
yeah.
okay, this person, and then you
It's
got
like
angry.
unconsciously
Yeah,
you're
yeah, and then
thinking,
like
yeah.
you see that, oh okay, it's the same guy as
that
the person
person.
with him I had accident, and then like this is also building some bias. This is also kind of maybe some small
It's
trick,
better
right?
to avoid this.
Yeah,
right?
better to avoid, because it's
yeah.
we as a human being, it might be we tend to be
Absolutely,
biased. Yeah, it's
absolutely
okay.
agree. Because as far as I know, the first stage of the CV, it goes through the machine. The meaning it scans,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
mostly if you have that photo, the machine detects that it's not the text or something error, let's say, and the CV doesn't go to next level, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm not sure how exactly this ATS works. So it's called
Yeah, ATS, yeah.
application tracking system, or something
You
like
can
that.
Google
Yeah,
it.
yeah. So you can Google it. So basically, it scans your CV and then shows the match with the
Keywords.
job advertised, right? Of course, it's scanned, but anyways, the hiring managers are also going through your CV. So about the CV, so you should also mention those parts again, as I mentioned in the interview part. So it should be related to the job you're applying. So it should be structured. So you should put your job experience, and then if you don't have your job experience, put your projects you worked on. So and then the highlights the key parts. So you highlight the stack you worked, and then what was the result, and then if you put the results in numbers, it's also good, because like with the bold.
Can you give an example, like how we should put the result thing? How can you explain what you achieved? Like
Maybe just some efficiency, how maybe time wise it saved that much amount, and then if we talk about money wise, and then you might calculate, of course, this saved that much
Approximately,
resource. So I don't know.
So the numbers are important.
Yeah, numbers is like eye catching first, and then the second is like kind of metric. It's showing the metric.
You are
of,
not saying I did this. You're saying I did this by that amount of time.
yeah.
And saved, for example, this amount of money. let's say.
It's better to highlight, and you should list your skills, and then it's better to mention, not just like kind of list your skills you have. It's better to show you how did you use those skills.
Application.
Yeah, in your projects or in your experience, right?
so basically, if you don't, but let's say I don't have like much experience.
Yeah.
It's very easy to like I'm the guy who took a course on Udemy or any other Coursera or something. Is it okay if I put the certificates as well in the CV, or if I like work on some projects that is on the Coursera or anyway? Can I also input them in CV?
Yeah, of course. That if we talk about the certifications, there are some IT scopes that important to have certifications. For example, networking, right? Network engineers, like the Cisco related certifications, that those are valuable. If you, for example, have like this certification, it can be your value in market raises, right? And maybe some like some platform related, if you're working in a like specific platform, or I don't know, some specific tool. This is important to have also certifications. Okay, let's just as an example, let's have like kind of university student, right? If we talk about the typical student, like studying computer science or whatever, maybe second year, third year, did not have chance to work just after high school.
No experience
and
at
then
all.
Just no experience at all, right? How to do in this case? How to build your CV, because you don't have job experience, and then how you
have
should
nothing,
somehow
yeah.
you should somehow present
Show
yourself,
yourself, yeah.
show yourself to the job market. In this case, I suggest like you might be having some subjects and then like studying courses at university. It's not necessarily to you go to Udemy or just like online courses. Those are also good, of course, that you study, but maybe you do some project with your
Professor.
teammates or professor or your school university mates and group mates, right? Or just in your free time you start building some the portal or some applications you're interested in. Maybe it might be just like you just open YouTube and then just put some project and then you just try to build yourself, like just follow the guy, right? Maybe from
On
complete
that
start,
perspective.
right? You just start building, maybe just kind a bit customize in your way. Maybe you want to change a bit, like in your design and put some different colors, or just as a starter, if you just complete new to the field. And so you start from such kind of projects, and then you go more difficult, and then more wider, and then you start publishing your projects in GitHub or just any
GitHub,
or source control tools, right? And yeah, that's how you build your portfolio. So basically, you just build your portfolio, and then with that, you might apply to internship. So in internship, you start having a real experience, a real job experience, and so on. Or just like there are some communities at university, or just contact with professor, and maybe your professor gives you some work, or just like in laboratory assistant, or somehow you can start find something at your university. So
To add into your CV, yeah.
I guess there is like a Google Developer Club, I think, in BME, right?
I think it's Google Developer Clubs are worldwide. So like I would say not each, but some
Most of the
university,
pe-
most of
the
them maybe
countries.
start opening such kind of clubs, and those are good starters, right? So a lot of that
can meet
shows
people there,
community, and then maybe you start,
You're interested in.
you're interested in, and then you find your future colleagues, or just your future teammates to work on
Get
some
more
project,
advice, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a good starter.
you mentioned that. So basically, if you have no experience, you can add projects you worked on, or some kind of research based projects with
Of
your
course,
professor
yes.
into your CV.
Of course.
Right.
Yeah.
And this here we see that very important thing is that we see there is university. What do you think? Is university is really beneficial for those who are going into IT, or just certifications of some Microsoft or Cisco, as you mentioned, is enough? What do you think about that?
Of course, that recently like taking course or just like boot camps are getting popular. So just people are going to the specific courses and then learning some learning IT or just some field. One of the benefits of university is like just for this is important. Let's take from this perspective. Okay, imagine a guy graduating as high school, and then 17, 18 years old, right?
Yeah.
Basically, I want to say that in that way. So your brain is kind of fully structured, and then like set as like kind of fully mature, like all the
Achieves its maximum capacity.
maximum capacity, and then like in 25, like by 25
by
years
25
old.
years old.
So you still have like 7-8 years to like kind of develop your brain, and until it fully structures. And then so in this case, it's very important to study and then like build new neural connections in your brain.
New interests, right?
New interests, and then like at the university you start finding your friends, because at university you really find your chosen by you friends, because at school you just have like you gathered with someone, you do not have choice, right? So kind of not having choice, right? At university you start choosing your friends, and they build your community and your network. In this case, this is also important, and this is one for networking wise, and then the second is like the brain wise and the personal development. And yeah, maybe the degree that, and I don't know this cert how what to add, but so basically saying
Maybe gate opener, you know.
gate opener. Yeah. For example, why the such university like Harvard and Oxford and Cambridge or like Ivy League
top-tier schools.
universities. So why they are popular? Because of the community. So you just go there and then like with the kind of top level students, you study with them, and then top level professors, and then you just build a community because there is a saying that you're an average person of 5 people surrounding you. So like
you are the average of those 5 people.
Yeah. So for example, you and then you have your close 5 friends talking to them every day. So and you will be average of those 5 people, right? So that's, in that perspective, yeah, that's also important.
On that perspective, community is very important, and the institutions or university education institutions' mission, let's say, is to gather those like-minded people and
but also
let
on the other
them
hand,
to do
like,
something.
If it's a very like personal thing in my opinion, like if you think like there is a chance that you can get to the same result, to the same like point in your life, like get a job or something, if you think that there is a more efficient way, you can do this. I think it's because it's more important, I think, in this conversation that you take the responsibility for what you do, like you take full responsibility for doing university or any courses that you have for these things.
Yes,
sure.
Yep.
Anything to ask?
I mean, I just wanted to add about the certification and stuff, like to add to the CV. I think one of the cool things that I tried, that I was lucky to try in Budapest, I participated in 2 hackathons. This is very sick things. Like you gotta go there because they're free. You can bring your friends. Like you have like some. If you are not a programmer yourself, but you have a programmers who are apparently became your friends, you can go with them. You can have a good time. You don't sleep for 2 days, but it's just an amazing experience. And there is a organization, I think it's called Craft Hub. And they're organizing a lot of events like this. You can win prizes there. There are prizes like up to 5,000 euros and stuff like this. And the best thing is that you can put them on your CV. So
Got it.
Just
to be honest, I really want to participate, but
we were so close. Once we were so close because we were runners up. We were runners up.
Close to win, you mean?
Yeah, we were very close to win. We had like. Our application was like for Tier. They're a mobility like startup. They're doing like this scooters, like e-bikes, like Tier. Yeah, they had like a challenge like to make for tourists how we can make this application more applicable for tourists and getting to know the city better, like Budapest. We built like AI application for this.
UI UX.
But it was really fun. I mean, you gotta do this. I mean,
sorry. Do you have something?
Yeah.
To mention?
So just also this is good opportunity to have some the project in your portfolio, right? So. You are participated, and then you can.
Through that you can show up
that application because that's also you are involved, and then you.
No, that's for sure.
The best thing also that they actually, we had the mentors also from the companies actually. The guys who actually work in the company, and they like. You bring them an idea or something kind of idea, and they listen to you, and you can actually talk to them. You can take their LinkedIn. You can have the connection as well. So all the benefits.
Yeah, great. Nurlybek, having connected in LinkedIn for more than a year, I believe, I've noticed you are pretty active there. What is the reasons, and what is so important to? Maybe is it important actually to be active in LinkedIn? And if so, what is it? What is the importance of it?
I think being proactive is always good. If we ask me why I'm like kind of trying to be active in LinkedIn, it's just I'm trying to share my learnings, so which I'm like some ideas came to my mind, and then I like learnings and like learnings from my mistakes and or just like from my experience. Just I'm trying to share the stuff which I learned and then the good ideas I had. So just for fun, right? Basically,
Yeah, just
Yeah.
for fun. But through those fun things, what kind of, for example, new or doors you opened? Maybe new connections you made. Maybe someone texted you. I don't know. What kind of new maybe
Yeah,
situation
of
you
course.
had?
Yeah, you start getting visible, and then you get more connections, and then since you get visible, that other hiring managers are contacting you, and then
Yeah.
like interested in you,
Offering
and then
some stuff.
yeah, checking your profile, and like and the visibility is also good, of course. That in this competitive world, you should be also visible. Try to be able to show your skills and then what are your abilities, what you can do, what's your experience. This is also important to use in wise way, because it's not like just scrolling for some like videos and then just for
For
doing
sure.
for fun. Just I'm trying to use it in strategic way, the my LinkedIn page. So yeah, just this is also like because I
Absolutely.
have some I also enjoy when I share something like which I learned, and then just like some of my ideas, thoughts, and then maybe I will find some like also interested people, and then maybe we have some future connections and maybe some projects and so on. This is also, I think, a good platform because LinkedIn is built for like job,
Yeah.
like
Network.
the scope of this social media. This is still social media, but it's like kind of a bit different focus, right?
Yeah, I believe, to be honest, LinkedIn is pretty much my one of the favorite, I think
Okay,
second
good.
favorite social media.
Second, what's your
But,
first?
I don't know, maybe Instagram. But
Okay.
LinkedIn, what I love is about LinkedIn, you are always focused on, development. Despite the fact that it's kind of cringe language there, some people just
Yeah.
post that they got driver license and they're very happy about that.
No,
I'm not getting into
But this
that
is also
part.
community, right? So because
course,
you
of
you
course.
find the people who are you have some common interest, and then this is also like as we talk about the
Sure.
5 people concept, right? Surrounding you. So
Yeah,
the same way,
and
right?
at least by scrolling, you understand that you have to do something beneficial to yourself.
Yeah, and also you get to know the trends, and then what are people doing, and then you got inspired because maybe someone got promoted, and then maybe got some good achievements and so on. So this is also
Agreed,
yeah.
fully agreed. Great. Yeah, Diaz, what do you think about that?
Yeah, I got like a couple things to mention. Maybe like because of the link, because we are mainly focused to the early careers and the talents. Maybe that's important to have to consistently post on LinkedIn, like to post your journey. I think what I did also is that I traveled some to the conference. I wrote a small post about it. What topics we had or what discussions we had. What are the lectures I participated and stuff like this, or like you took a course somewhere. You just write the thing like there is a certain language.
Okay.
There is a certain language in LinkedIn. but
Cringe, let's say.
we don't know. We
I
don't
know.
want to talk
As
about
Gen
it.
Z
But
says.
I mean, anyway, I think it's all like honest. I think that people they really want to present themselves and
Part of the
it's,
game.
yeah, it's very good. It's a very good thing just to post consistently. And I think that when hiring managers they see your LinkedIn profile, obviously they see it. I guess it's one of the add-ons. I would say like just to add on to your application for sure.
Yeah.
And like having like also like structure there as well, and the same thing, the same structure as you said in the CV.
Yep.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I mean, just go and check it out. Like how Nurlybek makes his LinkedIn. It's like an example
honest.
for anyone. Just do this, the same thing that he did,
Agreed,
and you're gonna be
absolutely
good,
agreed.
guys. You're gonna be super good. All right.
Yeah, heading to next topic. Yeah, you mentioned that you were in IT 5 years and you was at international companies, and in those companies, the corporate politics is a very tricky and important part of the
Yeah.
daily work.
Yeah.
What are how to maintain relationship with the manager, with your direct line manager and your colleagues? Are there any untold rules or principles that you gotta keep in order to be efficient and
Generally saying, companies, corporations are trying to popularize openness, like to be able to talk openly with your colleagues, and then the first thing which I learned from corporate culture is like to be open and honest with your colleagues, and then if you have some difficulty, you should talk, and then you should
So there is a room for mistake.
speak up. Yeah, you should speak up because in IT, because usually IT teams are working in agile Scrum system. This is like kind of approach of work. So, and in this case, it's better to be open, and then this is the efficient way, because otherwise you might stuck in some task, and you might screw up the project, right? And also with talking about the manager, and then how to behave in this aspect. So this is also important to open, and then to be open, and then tell your intention, and then your vision. How do you want to develop further? How do you see? And then maybe if you are struggling with something, this is also, you should speak up. Maybe you, definitely you will find the solution for that, for the question. And then if you don't raise your question, they might not be aware of that, right? So it should be.
And
open.
expectations might be
Of
set
course
differently.
From the from first vision, it might look okay, but later on it might bring some more problems, right?
For sure. Yeah. So being open, talking,
communication.
Freely, if you have troubles, if you have issues, ask for help.
Yeah, speak up.
So building the culture where there is a room for mistake, it helps overall to maintain such problems.
And also I would mention proactivity, and then also the visibility within the company, and then networking. It's not only just limit yourself with your team, and also try to be active and then go beyond, basically.
Because you telling me this, and I just got into there is in Instagram, there is one lady who is talking about these corporate rules, and she mentioned that it is very important to tell every time when in the meeting with your line manager about what you did, what you're trying to do, and what the things you are currently focused on, and so like that. By that you show that you are working on something and you take care of your stuff. I say great. Thanks
for sure.
Maybe most of the people don't know, but once I was with friends, and Nurlybek was those friends live with Nurlybek as well, and we talked with those friends till the morning, till 6 o'clock. Till in the morning, 6 o'clock, I was going to the bathroom, and on the corridor meeting Nurlybek. It was the meeting of these two worlds, when the person don't sleep till the morning and maintain habits, and the person who wakes up every day at 6 o'clock. How to maintain good habits in order to have healthy, balanced.
There are legends. There are legends about Nurlybek's Nur's schedule. He's like. Can we put some motivational music here, like this?
No.
And you can just you gotta do this, at 6 o'clock every day. Don't give up.
Just getting wild. So, Nurlybek, I will stop. Could you please go through a little bit of your daily habits, 2 or 3 that help you to, maybe evolve your skills, your potential, and you would advise to others?
Yeah, first of all, I would mention about the your schedule, your sleeping schedule.
Sleeping schedule.
Yeah, actually, you should maintain first your sleeping schedule, because this is the core, I would say. Because, let's imagine a situation that you're going to bed at 10 p.m. and then getting up at 6 a.m. And at this time, you imagine, one day you screwed up, you went to bed late, for example, at 2 a.m. and then, but in my case, for example, if I talk about myself, if I tend to sleep later. So I had a let's imagine that I have a situation that I have to go to bed later than usual. So I get wake up at 6 by habit, right? Like at around 5 I start getting so waking up. So basically
Your body
your body my body is getting how to say this, conscious, or I don't know, the waking up basically, right? So if I go to bed at 2 a.m. anyways, I just get up anyways because I cannot sleep late further.
So you just don't sleep. So like, I don't understand. So like, if you go to sleep like at 2 a.m., right? If you just had like a little bit of chit chat with your friends, and you automatically just wake up at 6 a.m.
Yeah, because it's habit. So if you
it
if
was
you're practicing for a long
formatted
time,
habit for like
yeah.
if you go to bed at 10 and
Yeah.
wake up at 6
Yeah.
for 6 months, let's say,
Yeah.
on 7th.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah, of course. That's like, and then okay, you just get up, and then around maybe 12 and like lunchtime, maybe you just totally lose your energy because it will be hard to focus later on, and then maybe if you have some plans after work, and also you cannot do it, and then like kind of you're taking for long your energy when you go back to later, because like you should always pay back the percentage of that loan, and
You're
then the
taking from the
percentage
future.
big.
Yeah.
So sacrifice a little bit of your time. Yeah.
Yeah. That's one. The second one, and then you should. I mean, that's maybe the main one. You must have your goal. Why
Yeah,
are
sleeping
you?
schedule.
Yeah. Why are you getting up? Because it will be hard. It will be hard to motivate yourself just to get up at 6.
Is it 8 hours as everybody says, or
It depends, because it's not strictly 8 hours for everyone, because for some people 9 hours required. For some 7 hours is enough.
in your case from 10 till 6 it's
Yeah, I think for me it's like around 8 hours are okay, maybe like a bit more. So at least 7.5. So that's
understood, yeah.
yeah.
About the goal, I think that's like, if you're just starting, if you're watching our podcast and you're starting your journey of application to the corporate Budapest, I think it's very important to to be consistent.
Of course.
Every day. I mean, what I did, I got a little depressed, but anyway, I mean, I stayed consistent, and that helped me basically, and I think that helped like a lot of my friends also, like just step by step, just put a little bit of your time into your CV, put a little time into your cover letter, I don't know, a little bit of courses, step by step. It's not gonna be the fast journey, right? People are, I mean, you're gonna agree with me on this. I mean, anyone is like, it takes like the hiring process takes like from how long it takes.
Istanbul wasn't built by
How long it takes,
Yeah,
really?
yeah. So you're right, because as I mentioned during the getting a job. So this is also like I just listed some of the tiny tips. Those are like just like small steps. Just in combination, it will bring you the result, right? So the small changes, this is the key. Like you just start improving your sleeping habit, and then the eating habit, and so on. Like you maintain your schedule. So it's just like tiny ones, because there is no like kind of one big solution that you just come and then like crush that goal and then get that right. So this is like our mission is like to do small steps, and then small improvements, and then in the combination of those small improvements, you get the result, right? So that's what I'm saying. So this is the like kind of small improvement, small habit, and then you just set your goal. This is the sleeping schedule is one of the aspects. It does not mean that like having strict sleeping schedule will bring definitely for you the result, because like as we mentioned, success is unique, mistakes are common, right? So again, so we're coming back to here, and also the There are two reasons of changing habit. Basically, one of them is like kind of slowly changing the habit, and then the second one is the emotional. How to say emotional
Attachment.
explosion,
Like
or just like
breakthrough,
one like kind of instant bunch of emotion comes, and then like somehow you change, because there were some that all of you, there were some cases that some kind of stressful or just like kind of so happy situation happened to a person, and then it's like kind of changing the psychological, but in
Or
the
some
background
accidents, right? Some accidents.
some accidents or something, but in background it might be kind of psychological, might bring some psychological issue. But not always. But I'm not an expert, but like from the first vision, right? The second one is like more secure, and then like kind of more consistent. And then
We are
small.
talking how to change the habit.
Yeah. But you cannot just like kind of erase one bad habit or just any habit, right? You should replace the habit.
So if, for example, if I want to stop eating sugar,
Yep.
I can like, of course I tried a lot of
You can
times.
trick your
I
mind.
didn't even have a challenge which
Yeah.
is finished successful, but eventually I started eating sugar, which is not a problem, I believe. But to maintain the healthy amount of sugar, I gotta replace with something the sugar.
Yeah.
For example, with
And
dates,
also in this case,
honey.
the identity is coming up, because if you don't have such identity, that you're the identity of not eating, the person is not eating the sugar, right? We were mentioning. So if you don't have that identity mindset, so this is like kind of complex, very complex stuff that many aspects are involved, so that it has many branches. So even if we are talking about the sugar example, it has many branches. It's not like kind of you just have to replace it. Sometimes the replacing is also not easy, right?
Of course.
So just even though you replace with dried fruits or just fruits, or I don't know, some dates and then so on, or honey or whatever. So in this case, it's also like kind of why are you doing, and then your identity, and then your mindset and everything. So this is the kind of great combination of things. So it's not like kind of easy saying. So in this case, so the main thing is that like you need to replace bad habit with a good habit, or just like any habit should be replaced to be changed.
Give an alternative.
Yes.
Where's that gap?
There's a good book called Atomic Habits. Just
That's a
go and
perfect
read it.
good.
I mean, like,
It's so
pretty
nice
much.
book. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
do you just
suggest
read it?
I mean,
Because I started and slept.
I mean, I read it.
Yeah.
I read it. But
To read the school.
I listened audiobook. Yeah,
great.
that was super book. Yeah.
If I'm not mistaken, they considered the fact of gratification for every change, isn't it?
that's a good thing.
So there is a cycle of like you start, you change, and but for every achievement you got something gratify yourself.
Yes, that's also. I mean, this is also like this is different. As I mentioned, this a lot of aspects are mixed, and then this is not like kind of one direct way, right?
I mean, we can just talk about it like in the future, because it's like a big topic. When
It is. So the basic thing is to maintain sleep, and it's a very foundation of it.
Yep.
And I believe every person knows what is a bad habit for them personally, and in order to solve that problem, you gotta we advise to use that start to replace with something, right?
Yeah. I think these tips people are knowing basically. Many of us know that, what to do, how to do. The question is that, are we doing that? Yeah, that's like that's the key point. So basically, what actually brought me to this like kind of lifestyle, I would say. So actually, I like order. Just personally myself, I like order. So because if something screws up in my like daily routine or something, that this affects the other stuff. It's like kind of imagine domino or something, like that put in order some balls, that if we just affect one ball, and then it will push other balls, right? So in this case, like kind of if we talk about like kind of it's balancing on some foundation, and then we have full balls in that, and then just if one ball pushes another one, it will fall, right? So this is like kind of balance. I try to keep this balance.
Billiards, yeah.
And then so the sleeping habit is one of them. It's like kind of foundation. So just on top of them are like kind of staying the goal, the why I'm doing this, why I should do this.
The big
like, you know,
why.
yeah, big why. So you should find your why, and then you start doing the necessary things accordingly, right?
Yeah. And there is a great saying.
Strategic thinking, basically.
Yeah. Strategic thinking.
Putting things in order, putting things, doing first step, second step. Actually, Jordan Peterson mentions that is one of the good traits in order to have. The second, I wanted to add that there is a good saying of Viktor Frankl: if you have big why, you can find answer for any how. I think as you mentioned, if you have big why,
yes, start questioning yourself, anything. So and also a good tip I want to mention, so just writing down the things.
Journaling.
Just like, you know, have physical paper, have physical pen, pencil, whatever, just start writing, like when even it's better.
You mean writing thoughts?
Yeah, writing thoughts, or just like talking to yourself, like a monologue or whatever. It's like the best friend of you. So you just like, you know, when questioning yourself, like, you know, something happened to you, or just like, you know, try to analyze something, or just having question to you want to solve, like, or just having goal how to reach. This is the best way to talk to yourself, because and then talking to yourself, like, you know, taking out, because like kind of, if we divide the person, so this is conscious and then conscious, right? Conscious mindset, right? So like writing down is like talking to your subconscious.
Great. Yeah.
Basically.
I agree fully, because when you write, you filter your emotions. You cannot write your I mean, you can, but you see that it's emotion, and by blur that emotions, you'll find the reasoning, the real deep down causes and the reasons of your issue, let's say. I don't know.
That's real you, because like, you know, if you're talking to a person, might be some things you might like kind of bit shy to share. In this case, like you one-on-one to yourself. It's like you're just open. You cannot lie to yourself. You cannot hide something from yourself, and then you cannot trick yourself.
For sure.
Yeah, in this case, like you and you. That's all. No one is in the room. Yeah.
Just one question about the to-do list, like, or like, you know, how do you set up, you know, the things the task for the day or task for the week? How do you plan this? Just in short, can you describe?
I have goals, and also long-term ones, short-term ones, and then like, you know, I divide goals to yearly, monthly, and weekly, and even daily. So like kind of those are not like kind of everything is written like, okay, in this day, like, you know, I don't know, 17th of July I'm going to this. It's not that detailed. So if we talk about my daily routine, is just, you know, I have my whys, like which are listed in the goal list, and also I do my daily routine based on those. And also the important one is like to find your 20% main 20%. So if we talk about Pareto principle, is like 80% your 20%, actually 20% main gives 80% of result, right? In this case, you should find your 20% main. So it might be like, you know, personal development, your family, your business, or I don't know, your job, right? And the third one is like, I don't know, your social, and then your environment, right? So just as an example, like you just have to divide your life into sections, and then set goals accordingly, right? So for example, it might be career goals, your personal goals, your personal life goals, and so on. In that, so in daily planning, so I would not suggest like planning every minute, or like, you know, every part. So it's, again, if we're talking about this foundation and balls, so if you just like kind of strict schedule, so one thing and unwanted, or I don't know, unexpected things comes up, and then squeezes into that
Time frame.
order, and then like drops the ball you planned,
also,
right?
yeah.
Basically, in this case, I just try to set like kind of three main goals for the day. And also, if you have time, like you might put some couple of additional goals. And so, for example, let's imagine that you complete those three ones, and then but you still have some time and then energy. You might do those additional things. And also the important one. There is a book like of Brian Tracy, Eat the Frog, I think. The proper
Eat the
name,
Frog, yes.
yeah, Eat the Frog, and then you should do the most tasteless and then the most
Unwanted.
hateful task in the mornings.
It's a frog
Yeah,
first.
the hardest task of the day, the plans you should do from the morning, because like in the morning you're full of energy, and then you should put your effort doing that the kind of unloved task, right? And
You got more energy, for sure.
for the easy tasks, like in the evening, you have like you have dropped your energy amount, and in this case, you might do the easy task.
Emotions
right?
turned on.
Yeah, emotions and the physical energy, mental energies goes down, and in that time, you might do the easy task, right?
For sure, yeah.
Yeah, those are my planning. So just like I try to set like three main goals for day, and then try to achieve those, and then like no rush, slowly
Step by
going.
step,
Step by step. The most important one is the consistency, right?
Wait, thank you. Anything?
Alright, yeah, I think we. So yeah, here comes the fun part. Yeah, and I just need your beautiful tablet for this because I don't want to.
Oh yeah, please
Can I have your
go ahead, no
beautiful
problem.
Yeah, but I mean, just I'm thinking like we had a really good discussion. I think we covered cover letters. We covered like a lot of hiring process.
No, cover letters we didn't talk about it.
Just
maybe a little bit touched that part. So it's just cover letters.
Go watch
Not
YouTube.
sure, not sure actually. Yeah, not sure about that. So I don't know how important is that. How often HR people are checking that. In cover letter, basically, you are mentioning about your motivation, right? Why are you applying to a particular company and then job? And then sometimes it might be important, but so I don't know. And I'm not aware of much of that, so I don't want to
Go deep into
deep into that. So I don't, since I'm not kind of faced with that, and then
Maybe like
even
just-
not expert about
Yeah,
that.
but I believe it's. I mean, we talked about making research on the company, and on the cover letter, as Dia said, by the way, we have. I believe we have to add our research on company and how we fit with the company, isn't it?
That's for sure.
Yeah.
Our pros and the things that we fit with the company.
Yeah, I think in one
job
good
position,
one good thing about cover letter is like while writing you might understand why are you applying yourself. It's like kind of good questioning yourself. Like you might start kind of getting insights, and then like why are you applying for this position, and why are you doing that, right? So might be you start questioning yourself. Maybe you don't have to apply for this job, right?
Interesting.
So that's also kind of good self-reflecting. If you talk about this, like writing down physical paper is like kind of similar stuff, right?
For sure.
Yeah, I mean the already.
So now we covered cover letters somehow.
Yeah, cover letters, CV. We covered cover letters. We covered CV. We covered some of the challenges that people face during the interview and how mistakes. I think I believe, and and we covered a little bit of your career and how your journey started, I guess. What do we feel?
I'm looking forward to some fun part you mentioned.
Right. I mean, like we have some, but I'm just thinking like. Let's just sum up this useful part like with some advice. What advice would you give for the students that are watching us right now and they have a fully motivation to pursue the career in IT or pursue the career in the corporate Budapest? What advice would you give them to?
Consistency, I would say in one word. So
That's
yeah.
Consistency
Because a lot of people know what to do, how to do, and then but somehow at some point we're just kind of turning out of our path, right? Our way.
Not doing.
Yeah, not doing. It's just like doing consistently. So that's the key message I would
Wait.
highlight.
Alrighty, the fun part then comes.
Okay.
Alrighty, I have a question for you. First of all, what kind of sci-fi technology or tool? I mean, sci-fi. We all know sci-fi.
Sci-fi. I don't know what is sci-fi.
Sci-fi is like
Scientific fiction.
Science fiction, like Star Wars, like movies.
Duna.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
What kind of a technology or tool from sci-fi would you apply in your work today? This is the.
Wow.
I mean, it's very.
Yeah, of course, but I'm not into movies, so
No, meaning sci-fi, for example,
The books,
teleport.
the books,
Teleport
or
is
any
sci-fi,
kind of.
isn't it?
I mean,
So you gotta turn on fiction part plus science, smart creativity. Yeah.
so what I would apply in my daily work?
yeah, like.
That's pretty interesting. So that's really hard. Let me think.
For example, Apple Pro, that glasses. It was pretty much sci-fi 20 years ago, I believe. Now it's reality. But even it's reality for my personal, I would add that in my work. That
Yeah,
you
that's
know, glasses.
glasses. Alright. I mean, I would love to like have a time machine. I mean, that's pretty much. I mean, it's not related to my work, but basically, I mean, in your work, it would be like the best fit. But anyway, yeah, it was just like a beginning question because
Okay,
now
alright.
we're gonna play a quick game.
All right.
Or I'm gonna do this like ASMR thing, or it's called tech term or sci-fi term.
Wow. Okay.
So like you're gonna I'm gonna say you the word or like a term, and you're gonna guess is it a sci-fi term or is it actually something tech term?
Wow.
Already, there is the one. Alright, I'm gonna start.
So I have to mention whether it's real or sci-fi, right?
Yeah. That's
Okay. Alright.
that's the idea. It's the basic
Okay,
idea.
it's a knowledge check, right?
Already.
I know whether you're familiar with kind of current
Maybe,
tech world.
Alright,
and
the first one is homomorphic encryption.
I think that's real,
Yeah,
and
that-
I think this is the real. Yeah, I think I
Alright,
heard this
that's
term.
you're right. This is real. This is a form of encryption that allows computational ciphertext generating an encrypted results. Which, alright, I'm gonna read it, but it's encryption. Alright, it's encryption.
Yeah.
What Kampftest?
What Kampftest?
Yet. Yep.
I think that's sci-fi.
for sure.
Yeah, that's a cipher. That's from Blade Runner.
Oh yeah.
It's a fictional. It's a like interrogation process
Okay,
to know
alright.
whether you're a machine or not.
Cool.
Also, the one is zettabyte.
Zettabyte.
Yes.
That's close to reality.
Yes, this is a unit of information equal to.
Yeah,
60.
byte. Yeah, it's but about zeta maybe.
Okay, sorry. Already the quantum supremacy.
Supremacy.
Yeah.
So quantum is real, but supremacy I think seems like more sci-fi.
So is
yeah,
it-
well, more sci-fi? Yeah.
No, it's tech term.
It's tech term. Wow.
The point at which quantum computer can perform a calculation that is demonstrably unfeasible. Alright, that's something.
Okay,
Really,
okay, yeah,
something
yeah.
really tech term. I don't know really. Okay, guys.
Quantum supreme. Okay.
Hyperdrive.
Hyperdrive.
Yes,
Yeah, that's the real term.
that's real term. No, it's actually not.
No.
It's from Star Wars, man.
Yeah, I missed up with the Hyper V.
It's like
Yeah.
there is like the. Do you remember the scene like when they like travel fast? And this is hyperdrive.
Jumping. Like
like very
okay.
fast.
All
This is
right.
hyperdrive.
Okay.
Yeah. What is tricorder? Tricorder.
Trike order.
Tricorder. Tricorder. I think it's called.
Something.
Could you spell it?
It's TRICORDER. Or tricorder. I don't know. I think it's more like a tricorder. I don't know.
Recording.
Tricorder,
TRI?
tricorder.
What?
It's like trick order.
I think it's maybe sci-fi. Sci-fi. Let's say sci-fi.
Yeah, it's from Star Trek.
Yeah.
I go with sci-fi as well.
And the last one is ornithopter.
tiny ornithopter.
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 Ornithopter. Yeah.
I think that's real one.
No, that's a sci-fi.
Ah,
That's from Dune, actually.
miss.
It's like it's a aircraft from Frank Herbert's Dune universe.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Maybe I
Didn't watch
I
yet,
should
to be
watch.
Yeah, we're
I
gonna
should
put
watch
like
the
images
tunes.
and stuff so that you guys
All
can,
right, cool.
can get it.
Okay.
But yeah, I think we can just sum up like with the questions, about like the recommendations and stuff like this, like for the people who are, particularly IT. I think it's better for if we cover the IT field, like
Oh, yeah,
what
IT
what books
personal
and
growth.
what books and websites do you think they're like suitable for nowadays? I mean, like to start learning,
Yeah.
technologies.
But
and,
what books? would
what
we
books or like
recommend?
websites or what people actually should learn nowadays? Because
So to enter tech world, to IT world,
what people should understand to to enter that.
Understand yourself.
That's again, I think, it's like kind of very well-known sites. I think if we are talking about the websites and where to learn, a lot of courses around. Starting from LinkedIn Learning to Coursera, Google Courses, or I don't know. Big companies are having their own courses. So yeah, that's with that there is no problem, right? And if we are talking about the book, so I think I would just suggest more like try to work with yourself first, because when you start working with yourself and then like kind of tune yourself accordingly, and then any book can be applicable to you, because you just when you understand yourself, understanding first yourself brings you understanding what do you want, and then when you learn what do you want, you start looking for the opportunities, right? And then maybe you try this one and that one, and then it's about the self-reflection. So whether you start doing this, and then how do you like it, and then whether you don't like it, and it's about your people, the internal voice of yourself. It's about the self-reflection. So the better understanding yourself first, and then after that, kind of make the order inside internal order, and then after that, the external world will change. So that's the key part, I would say.
Yeah.
So otherwise, all the things, texts, and then books, websites, and everything is pretty known. You just can easily Google or just type prompt into.
So it's just basically learn how to learn. I don't know. It sounds philosophical, but I think
learn how to learn.
No. I mean, no. First of all, you are saying learn yourself.
Yeah. Learn how to learn. Yeah, of course. There are a lot of techniques how to do this and that, and then even learning languages or whatever. There are techniques. Okay, you should do this, that one, and then that because some technologies and then some tips might be applicable to you, and then because if it worked for me, it does not mean that it will work for you or to you, right?
for sure.
So this is about your self reflection. So and then when you understand yourself first,
What
and
works
then,
for you, right?
what works for you, and then what brings you is like kind of whether that thing is like reflecting inside of you, and then it might be sound too philosophical, but yeah, just I think you understand.
But you guys say philosophical. But I see something practical here. Learning how to learn. Basically, the life is changing every year, every day.
Yes.
And something you learn today isn't applicable for yesterday.
Of course.
Today, of course, that might be philosophical.
Adaptability, right?
But no. If you learn how to learn, you can learn anything.
Yes.
You can learn new trends, new things.
Of course.
And basically, it's I believe it's the goal of the schools.
Yeah. For example, in for my parents, it worked one thing, and then for me, it would work this one. And even though just 5 years ago, so something worked, and then this nowadays is not like it's already old,
Yes,
and then world is changing every day. That's why it's hard to say precise this thing.
Yeah, got it.
I would for sure say that when you understand yourself and then like first you just kind of make the order inside of yourself, and then you would live in like, and you could behave in any
Also,
environment and then in any time, and then
affect outside.
yeah.
Great,
I
great.
think this is time for the favorite question of yours about the books.
Oh yeah.
What kind of book you suggest?
Okay. What kind of books would you suggest to young people? Let's say.
Wow, that's
Or your favorite books that
I mean, you
affected
love books, nah? You love books.
actually, yeah, the one book is changed like kind of. I still remember, which kind of made like so big effect to me, which is Emotional Intelligence of
Goldwell.
Goldman, Daniel Goldman.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was.
With the pen, right? On the like.
Yeah, I cannot remember what was.
It was emotional
Emotional
intelligence.
intelligence, and
How to solve it.
this person is like kind
Preferable.
of first person who introduced this term, right?
Yeah.
And so that
80s.
was the book which affected so much, and then to my life, and then I still remember that. Of course, there are a lot of books. There are a lot of books that like, and of course they are effective and then they are good, but this one is like the key.
That
the
affected
key.
you, yeah.
Yes, personally myself.
Thank you. That's pretty much all.
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah, maybe we can summarize. What do you think? What
So
should we-
we discussed today a lot about the interview process, the important aspects of CV, the Budapest corporate, little bit of politics. On the same time, Nurlybek gave us a lot of good, valuable advice for people who are seeking and then going into this, corporate life. At the same time, Nurlybek, we as a new day would, we're trying to be beneficial. Of course, don't accept this as a truth, yeah. And the facts. It's our opinion. We just want to be beneficial and build that culture of personal development and being on focus. Let's say, yeah.
Thank you very much. So I don't think so. I'm not like kind of that level of expert or someone who could like kind of give advices or just like direct people. Just like I'm just trying to share my experience and then what I was doing and then what I was going through, and then like just sharing my personal experience. So just
it is very important, Nurlybek. I mean, the education itself started from ancient Greece when the elder people gave their experience, gave their knowledge to the young fellows. That's what we basically try to do here. And you, as your experience and expert, the practical role model of coming from the country to here, Hungary, through Stipendium Hungaricum, studying and heading into the corporate, building your life, and that's pretty much a journey. That's why we wanted to hear from you, your advice, and hopefully it would be beneficial for you guys.
I think.
Just try to find your
thank you very much for sharing time.
Internal balance. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Internal balance, baby. Internal balance.
Internal balance. Yeah. Right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you,
Personally,
guys.
I don't believe in balance, to be honest. But yeah.
What do you believe in? What do you believe in?
You gotta sacrifice something in order to achieve something.
You gotta sacrifice. Oh man, that's also the truth.
Yeah, that's the philosophy for everyone is unique. It's also
maybe that's why I will
success is unique, as we mentioned.
Yeah, we can. Thank you guys.
Thank you. I appreciate that.